What's up, people? It's your boy MM2K back again with another episode of The Morning Tonic. This is where we talk about the latest in Stadia news, community, and opinion. All right, so just want to give you guys a heads up. You may not get a lot from me today and tomorrow, so there might not be SLS featuring MM2K tomorrow. Don't expect another video from me today. A lot of things we got to figure out behind the scenes because I got some big stuff happening personally, and I'll let you guys know about it on Wednesday before SSC podcast. But this is my video contributions for today. That's why it's a little bit later. So today's big news is the announcement of Sega working with Microsoft to explore the use of Microsoft's Azure service to use its cloud power to be the infrastructure of some of its bigger game plans in the future. And that's big for Microsoft because Sega is not small potatoes. A deal like that is definitely going to help bolster Microsoft's bottom line. And because it's gaming related, they might be more inclined to write more checks to Xbox, who's not part of this deal, but they might use some of that money that they're getting from Sega, if this all goes through, to help subsidize other efforts for Xbox. So this is big, potentially big, if this goes through. But you got a lot of people that are out here that are misinformed, that don't understand the business side of this. And this is why I get animated over this stuff, because I have a low tolerance for ignorance. I just do. And particularly a defense of ignorance. Like, I get our emotions drag us to one place or another, but there's nothing wrong with taking a time out and double checking our emotions, kicking the tires, and making sure that they coincide with reality. I know a lot of people want this to equate to, oh, Sega's stuff is coming to Game Pass day one, and Microsoft would love that, and Xbox would love that. But that's not what this deal is about. We've seen plenty of examples of deals where, you know what I'm saying, Google has deals with 2K and Activision, and you don't see Activision and 2K games day and date all the way through on Stadia. Those are different deals. PlayStation Now, they did a similar exploratory thing to where they're looking to use Azure to power PlayStation Now. Is PlayStation Now coming to Xbox? No. So we got to understand there's different business sectors that can align their interests, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen. And this has been communicated by someone within the community who's very, very pro Xbox, very pro Xbox. But the Xbox community is unfortunately attacking them. And shout out to Slow-Mo, Backslap. And he just let them know that the Microsoft-Sega deal is a strategic partnership. Isn't much different than the same commitment Sony and Microsoft made. It's about Azure, what it can do for gaming. Anyone claiming any exclusive games are coming to Xbox out of this clearly didn't read the press release. That's all he said. It's the truth. Doesn't mean that something can't be negotiated in the future. But people are attacking them, right? And it's a shame. I kind of got in the fray a little bit because I don't like... I mean, the gaming community is chock full of conjecture. This is what I think. Nobody does the research. Nobody wants to do the research. It's all about the hype of the moment. And unfortunately, people like myself who want to get educated off of what's going on, they get lost in the fray and they get misinformed. So I jump in there here and there to try to do what I can to combat some of that. But you can't beat it all, alone. So it's just a shame to see the misunderstanding of all this. With that said, what does this got to do with Stadia? Well, my good friend Clive Linden, spiritual advisor, all things Stadia, I think sums this up perfectly. When I said, agreed to Slow-Mo Backslap, I said this is huge for Microsoft. This could lead to the potential of some Xbox-related Sega deals, but to believe this automatically means Sega exclusives for Xbox or Day One Game Pass are mistaken. Xbox is not mentioned once in the agreement. # learn business. I've been seeing a lot of people do this for a long time, and they still refuse to understand the business side, and they just go and cascade misinformation to others. It's a shame. Clive sums this up perfectly, and we'll end off on this note. It says, true. Similar to Google Cloud, Activision Blizzard deal, or the Google Cloud Take-Two agreement, AWS Azure and GCP Google Cloud, all jostling for business within games industry. As Google Cloud VP stated, gaming is one of the key target areas for cloud business to expand. So he sums it up just right, perfectly. This is simply an opportunity for one business sector looking at another business sector, whether they're part of that other business sector or not, and say, this is a golden opportunity for us. It started with Satya Nadella. Satya Nadella created an attractive looking business model by going to Xbox and saying, look, how do we get these games in the cloud? And now you see the accolades that Game Pass are getting. Now the numbers may be something different, and there's a lot of stuff about that, but they at least have a very attractive looking business model. And that's attracting other people to put their own twist and turn on it. Because they say, if this business model is successful, we can get it successful on our end. Our business is going to skyrocket in the cloud, because the cloud is the future, right? So Clive is 1,000% right. This is one business sector looking at another business sector and saying, we have a lot of opportunity here. Whether they have something to do with gaming or not, that's not what forges these deals together. They may look at it long term and say, potentially, this could lead to something for Xbox. Let's try to negotiate that in there. And that's probably why Sarah Bond is part of the negotiating team. Number one, she works with Xbox. But more importantly, she is a good steward in gaming, right? And you can't give everything to Phil Spencer. Like, Phil Spencer got to work on this Xbox stuff. So take someone who is familiar with gaming, who seems to be very smart, very bright, and has a lot of experience in this field, and let's assign this to her to hammer out these deals for the cloud portion. And once they get settled on just using the cloud infrastructure, let's see, Sarah, see what you could do on the Xbox side. But this is no way, shape, or form a guarantee of anything with Xbox. It ain't even a guarantee that Sega and Microsoft are going to work together. This is all exploratory, okay? So hopefully that helps in your understanding of what's going on. With that said, that's it from your boy. Let me know what you think about all this in the comment section below, because like I always say, I'm curious what I think. But if you did like what I had to say, check out the links below to follow me. Those links will lead you to the Broadband Bullies PNTS Network, Hard Knock Digital Culture, and yes, Stadia Dosage. With that said, peace. Have a wonderful gaming day.